Hi, I'm Not Yet Dead, and welcome back to No Man's Land. So, yeah, it's afternoon, just got a little bit of seeding to do. I'd finished off the field that we were doing, yeah, I just want to get this field seeded. Oh yes, that's right, because I'd finished putting the manure. Sorry, I was just trying to think. It's been a while since I've been on here. Yeah, so it's been manured, it's been limed. Let's just check the field, just to be sure. Yeah, pH value perfect. Nitrogen 160, 180. Doesn't tell us whether that's good or bad yet because there's no crops in it, but it's within limits. So let's just come out. Right. So unfold. Lower it down. This isn't a particularly big seeder to be doing. Seeder to be doing this field, but we'll see how we do. We'll get some done, and then we'll leave a worker on it, the usual, you know. Yeah, so we'll just get a headland in, make sure there's a good start off, and then we'll leave a worker to it. And we'll go find something else to do, because I think there's plenty to be done. Sorry about that. Slight domestic interruption. So I at the end of the last episode, I've been filling up the manure spreader. So the last of the manure is gone from the old cow barn. I have the manure spreader is full, but I've taken the New Holland over to the new cow dairy barn, whatever it's called, and we'll leave that there from now on. The cows at the old cow barn are now just without straw, so they'll be producing slurry until such time as we move them. It just felt it made sense to do that, really. So we need to be thinking about, and I still can't decide what to do about my grass fields, so I've got to try and work out in my head what that will look like. And I think, you know what, I don't really need to do a strip here, do I? Because there's plenty of runoff at the end of the field, and you wouldn't really. In fact, what we could just do, because there will be bits to tidy up, it's a funny shaped field, this one, so just while we're chatting a little bit to start with, let's just carry on. But yeah, so I want to try and get the cows organic, and I've been thinking about that's going to happen gradually, but I don't want to hang about over it. And so the question is, I mean, I've got over 1 million litres of silage sitting in the bunker silo. To all intents, you know what, we'll straighten this line up, let's do that. To all intents and purposes, it's organic because I cut it from fields that are untouched, full of weeds, never been fertilised, blah. So I'm counting that as that is organic. The hay that I've got is actually, it's a bit of a mix, to be fair. And so it is a mixture of hay from fields that are in the same way organic, quote unquote, I suppose is the best way to put it, and actually hay that of course I took off my field that was new this year, and therefore not organic because it's had has it had herbicides used on it? Probably. And so that actually means that for now, although I have 1 million litres of silage, I don't have capacity to make what you might call completely organic TMR, right? Now obviously we're going to get some organic straw. Hang on, we put barley in our organic field, right? Yeah. So this field, this one, nicely numbered, clearly 25 is our organic field, quote unquote. It's the one that I've just ploughed back in, seeded over, having had a layer of or a turn of oilseed radish. So that I am going to leave now. If we get weeds, I will have to, so far as I can, weed them out with a mechanical weeder, and it will get, I'll check actually the fertilizer levels. I could give it another layer of fertilization, but then we risk over fertilizing, which could be as damaging. So I'm probably tempted to say I'll leave it slightly under fertilized, which will affect our yield. And that's, you know, the reality is, especially within game, but I mean in life as well, really, you know, organic methods, to the best of my knowledge, and I'm not an expert, will never be quite as good in terms of yield, you know, taking it as a standalone incident or standalone field and crop will never be quite as good as using inorganic methods. And certainly that will be true in game, and I'll just have to live with that. But, you know, I want to try it, see how it is. And so that also means that we'll have some organic straw. I'm just trying to figure out whether I need another silo or somewhere else to store what is the organic as opposed to the inorganic, or, and it's a bit of a risk, what I could do is sell what I've got that's not organic. This is an option. This is an option. So that then what I keep in the silo is only organic. I can't do that completely yet because I've got hay that I need, and I you know, currently have no way of making it sufficient before the end of the year to see me through the winter. So it's not, you know, but maybe, yeah, I don't know, maybe. And actually for right now it doesn't matter, because actually all of the stuff we're talking about, the bunker silo has got the silage in it. I was going to put it into the silo. Maybe I'll leave it there. The straw, well, we haven't grown it yet. The grass, we haven't grown it yet. And there's an argument that says, you know, the hay is mixed, and therefore I have to assume that whatever hay is in the silo is mixed. And so what I might do is go back through my videos and remember the hay that's in bales might be from a grass field that's not been, you know, that's from a fresh grass field, or that might be the stuff actually that's from our grass field, in which case I can distinguish between what's organic and what's not. That will take some research. But yeah, so there's a possibility I can figure that out. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it all, and I'll just use up what I've got, with the exception of the silage, which is organic, and take it from there. That's not going to be perfect by any stretch. But yeah, so complicated anyway, regardless. But right now I don't have organic straw, I don't have organic hay, so there's not a lot I can do about it. I just need to, I'm planning for it, that's all. So I think I'm not going to spray herbicide on my grass field. Or on the other hand, I could just say that for right now I've got loads of grass areas that I can use that are to all intents and purposes organic, because I haven't sprayed them, they haven't had lime, they haven't had herbicide, they have nothing on them, and therefore technically I count that as being organic grass. That said, it wouldn't be certified organic grass, and so maybe there's limited advantage in doing that. Depends how far you want to take it, really. Technically it should be certified as such, and therefore it shouldn't be, but you know what, I'm already going to say that my silage is organic, so it's untouched by human hand. Therefore it's got to be, really, right? You know, it's not had anything added at all, actually. So then what I could do is actually use my grass field to feed the sheep, right? Because they won't produce anything that is organic. I mean, you can get organic wool, but I don't think we'll go that far. This is more about being able to provide no man land foods with organic food, and that includes organic materials, and that includes milk, and therefore that's why it's important that we try and do the cows in that way. And of course, any crops, once we've done our first test field this year, so they'll get organic barley during the year, but that also means I've got to think about which crops are organic and which ones aren't. Oh, actually, this is going to get really complicated. I might need another silo. I think I might have to. So I designate one as being it doesn't need to be huge. I designate one as being my organic silo. But it's a slot count question then, which is a bit of a challenge. So I need to look into that as well. But it is my hope. It is my hope and aim. That's what No Man's Land Foods want to do. They want to be going organic. So, it's therefore my aim to be able to provide them with that. That's what we're going for. I just hadn't really thought about how complicated that was going to be. But anyway. Right, we've done a little bit of this. Maybe it's time to do a little bit of something else. Right, I could regret this, but I've got another load of logs. It looks like somehow during the save it managed to drop some, but I certainly can't risk putting any more on. I have to say the last few were a bit messy going on. But yeah, I might regret doing this, frankly, because this is a very bumpy track, but I thought it'd be interesting to see how our rather cool off-road truck copes with it. But doing it with a full load of logs, when it will be slightly unbalanced, could be a mistake. But I'm using the wheel. Hang on, sorry, let's get this right. Oh, don't need the indicators on, do we? That's what I wanted. Yeah, I'm using the wheel, so I'm taking it very gently. Got the pedal for accelerator, much better than using a controller. Beautiful. See the suspension working. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Helping to smoothen out that ride. That's pretty cool. I need to finish this path off. That is pretty cool though. I like that. Oh yes, there is a patch of that I haven't quite... I noticed there was a bit that still said ploughed on here, despite the fact that I'd smoothed out the shape of the field. And indeed it does. It's still there, so I need to take that out. Yeah, so this track needs extending all the way through here, where it will meet up with this track that will split. There'll be a road going, or track going to the entrance to the field, and obviously the track that then goes that way. But I just thought we'd quickly come and sell these. It took a little bit longer. I realised the seeder was virtually empty, so I had to fill it. But that's done, and so that worker should be A-OK from now on. Do need to come and put some seeds in for the gardens. They've been untouched since I mowed them and created the seed beds. So that needs doing, but obviously I suppose that'll probably wait till spring now. But yeah, so another load of logs. So we managed to drop some en route, which is a bit annoying. I was also looking at milk. We've got over 80,000 litres of milk in the old cow barn, which is very interesting. But actually, I also checked the prices, and prices should leap up from tomorrow. So we're going to leave it, and then hopefully we'll get a massive price increase at some point over the next few days. Nice, it's another 18 grams of the wood, and there's plenty still left. Absolutely tons. Right, let's just swing this round. I love this truck. I can't see me ever replacing this. It's so useful. Have of course tried the next version, the new version of this, which is also an awesome truck. I absolutely love them. They're so good. I still need to develop this area. I have ideas, I just don't have time. But yeah, I've still got so much I really want to do on this map. It's so hard. But so much fun. Right, I will take this back and then we'll see what there is to do next. Right, so this is the last of the manure from the old cow barn. I was umming and ahhing about taking it over and filling it up, but to be honest, it's fine. Right, just need to come out a wee bit. No, wrong way. And there we go. Just try and straighten up the tractor anyway. Oh, I'm stuck already. Well, we might just miss a tiny little bit. Should be all right, actually. Right, so let's unfold. Mind you, we're not going to quite cover it all the way, but that's okay. Actually, we don't. We're a lot further over than I thought. Steady on. Just need to be on this side, so I've got a slightly better view. But yeah, so we'll get this spread on here, and then I'll go fill it up. We'll try and get as much of this done. Probably won't finish it today. It's already 4:10. The light's coming. The light's dropping. Obviously, it's late autumn. Winter's coming. But that's a great texture actually with the grass, with the manure, and it looks more like a sort of woodland floor, just slightly smellier. But yeah, so we'll get this spread on here and then we'll see what it looks like. Grass needs a lot of nitrogen, so I wonder if we might get away with a double lot actually of manure, and we can do it. If we don't get too much snow, we should be able to do it over the winter, so should be all right from that perspective. If I come round this way, and there we go. Again, a little bit too close. We'll gradually ease it out. But yeah, so we might, I don't know, we might do a double. There's quite a lot of weeds in here. I think it'll be fine. We're not short of grassland. I think if there's one thing I can afford a little bit of loss of crop on, it's a bit of grass, because we've got tons of the stuff. And I do need to start thinking about where I'm going to put more fields, because that'll be another job to do. Obviously, I've already got 2 ready to cut out completely, and a 3rd one that I've already got planned to mark out. But I also own quite a lot more land than I'm currently using. And whilst I can just keep doing that for the grass, for organics, for hay or whatever, you know, it'd be good to start cutting some of that. I do, and I think I might mention this before, I do want to spend a bit more time down towards the sort of industrial complex that I put in, because I never spend any time down at that end of the map. And so I need to, I do need to put a road, actually, rather than a track, actually a proper road into that from the main road going off. But also, you know, it'd be good to put some fields in down there and actually have reason to go to that part of the map, as well as, frankly, there are other parts of the map that we just haven't used yet, haven't been in really, haven't spent a lot of time in, and therefore buying a couple of plots. Because I tend to, and I always talk about this, so apologies if you've heard me say this before, I tend to grow a farm organically, and whether that's on something like this on no man's land, or well, something like this. There isn't anything like this. There are now. People are starting to have similar ideas and generate their own versions of something like this. But yeah, whether it's something like this or whether it's you know, just a more standard map, as you might say, where you buy, like I'm doing on Riverside, right? So I'm just, as I'll do a straight line from here, as I do, you know, more often than not, I'm just buying fields that are around the farm, because, to be fair, that's kind of what it would be in real life. I suppose most of your farms would be near to your farmyard, your farm, most of your fields, yeah. And so I tend to play that way, but that means you don't get to see all the map. So I need to, yeah, I need to find ways to move and work in other areas of the map. I'm not just doing landscaping jobs, but actually, you know, cutting fields and doing all that sort of stuff, which is part of the reason that I did the grasslands down near that industrial complex. Again, just to work on that part of the map. Plus, It was land I owned. It was easy, and was making good use of what I'd already paid for, you know. But of course, it's more natural anyway on a map like this, actually, if anything, to expand from your current location, because actually that means that you then get to, come on, just enough to do this patch, just enough to do this. Oh, you're joking. Anyway, yeah, it's more natural to do that on a map like this because you want to keep, you know, buying segments near to where you are, because it allows you to create bigger fields, create a bigger yard, that kind of stuff, and expand that way. But I've got to the point now where I've got plenty of money. I can go and buy an odd plot somewhere for no other reason than let's go work in that plot. So maybe I'll do that next sort of spring, summer, and we'll start off by cutting the grass, and then we'll be cutting next winter's fields, you know, next winter's new fields. So let's go to the dairy, and we'll get reloaded. I may not do this on screen. You've seen me do this enough times. And yeah, I was going to say, actually, apologies for the fact, of course, we are now just seeding. We are just spreading manure. It's the nature of the game in seasons. You know, autumn is that time. It is that time to be, you know, doing your overwintering crops, your animals, and preparing your fields. And of course, I think all the fields are now limed. Actually, maybe not a centre lime. So maybe if it's dry tomorrow, that will be the thing to do tomorrow. Hoping we'll get to see some growth on some of our trees in here soon. There we go. Right, let's come out a sec. Gently back it up. I'll just reload. Ooh, struggling to get up the hill. Right, I did another sort of headland a little bit. Just I was continuing on from that bit that I'd missed, so I thought I might as well just carry on up, really, to be honest. But I'll start going up and down this way now because we're here, so why not? And I'll do this section and then carry on do the other bit. It'll probably take a couple of goes, I'm guessing. I may not even get it finished today, but I'll probably do it off screen regardless. You've seen enough manure spreading from me. Though, to be honest, I mean, we're getting into that winter point now. I suppose there'll be clearing up trees. Might be some more landscaping videos coming out then, more time-lapse. Just jobs to do over the winter, really. I've got all of the fields that I want. I suppose what we can do before the frosts and the snow arrive is plough out some other fields. So maybe next episode, that's what we'll do. We've got that rather interesting plough to use, so that would be quite a fun thing. And then if we've got the chance, we can get them limed and started to prep so that we're a bit more ready for spring. So yeah, so we've still got a few farming tasks that we can be doing, but equally I've still got a digestate to bring back from the biogas plant. I've still got trees to pick up and sell, and I won't keep showing all of these on screen, but there are jobs to be done. That may mean that the speed of, I'm just going to keep going up and down, it's easier. It may mean that the videos will be a little more sporadic in terms of, you know, maybe I'll just do a video per in-game day or something, depending on how many jobs there are. But like I say, what I'll also do is I've got some landscaping that I need to do, both in terms of putting in tracks and putting hedges down by the edges of some of the fields, and I've got some bigger, more secret landscaping tasks to do. All will be revealed if they go according to plan. We'll see about that. Just do that little patch. So, you know, plenty to be going on with. But yeah. But I think I'll leave it there for today. I'll carry on with this basically until the light fails. In fact, actually, I need to go keep an eye out. I need to go check on our worker. Reportedly, he's finished, which of course is in no way true, because it is an awkward shaped field, to be fair. So I need to go and have a look at that and see if there's a bit that I can get him on while I'm doing this. Or I suppose I could get a worker on this while I go do that. One or the other. But we'll make the best use of daylight while there is a little bit left. These things become more difficult in the dark, and it does get very dark on here at night, very dark. Oh, crikey, I hadn't realised how close I was to finishing this bit. Okie dokie. Steady, jackknife. But yeah, so I'll leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. And I did mean to say this at the beginning, but as always, I forgot. Likes and subscriptions, very much appreciated. If you're new, if you've not seen any of my No Man's Land videos before, well, there are, I dread to think what number we're up to now, 50 odd or something at least. I've just posted 45, I think. So yeah, and there are a few more sitting, waiting, ready to go. So these have been around a while, and I'm loving it. I'm still massively busy, still shed loads of things that I want to do, not just the farming. But yeah, so if you're new, go back, check out some of the others, look at some of the landscaping stuff that I've done, some of the features I've put in, and you know, just trying to make the most of Jim's map and what he's given us to play with. But yeah, so as I said, like, subscriptions, very much appreciated. Please share if you have the means, desire, or otherwise to do so. And otherwise, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.